Welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. I'm Greg and I'm standing in front of a 57 Chev. She is drop dead gorgeous. She's got a 283 under the hood. She's got a beautiful paint job, beautiful interior, and you're gonna love checking this one out. So go to our website at vanguardmotorsales.com. We'll put it on the lift so you can check out the underside. We're gonna take a look at the interior. We're gonna get in the trunk. We're gonna get under the hood. We're gonna show you everything you need to see so you can make a great decision on your 57 Chev investment. So come on up and let's fire up. Check out all the chrome on the front of this beautiful car. That front bumper looks new, the grille section looks new, the nose on the hood, the emblem, the bullets, everything looks amazing, just factory beautiful. And this paint job is smooth and slick as can be. The lines line up nice. All the stainless around the windshield looks good. The stainless around the windows look good. Now that door handle's probably original to the car and it's in great shape. The door lips here are all nicely painted. The rubber's been replaced. The latch was out when they restored the car. That tells me that the guy who built this car really cared. He spent the time to take that latch out when he restored that door. All the stainless here on the side looks great. The stainless on the top edge here is in very good shape. The rear emblem looks great. The chrome on the back bumper looks new. Around the tail lights and these extensions look great. I got a 50-50 chance on the keys here. What do you want to bet I get it wrong? Yep, every time. Here we go. Inside the trunk here, it looks like we got some hubcaps here, spare tire, jack, mat. It's got the power antenna, or I don't know, that's not power, that's just the where the mast goes in and out. All the paint work there looks good. The rubber here looks good, the lips look good, the paint work on the bottom side looks great. And she shuts down real nice. Look down the side of it. See how nice and straight the paint work is? Somebody spent a lot of hours blocking this car. And again, the stainless, normally these are all door dinged up. These are straight as an arrow. And take a look at this door lip here. Beautiful. Rubber looks good. And again, the latch was out. We'll take a close look at the interior in a minute. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we're not a consignment dealer. That means we've spent the time to check this car out before we bought it. We got about 180 cars in stock right now, and we own each and every one of them. When they do come back here to the shop, we inspect them so we can answer any question you may have about the car. So give Tom a call at 248-974-9513. Let's take a look at the interior. Look at that door panel. She looks beautiful. The armrest looks good. Now the handles look like they're probably original to the car and they're in great shape. That just goes to show you how well kept this car's been over the years. We've got a beautiful steering wheel here. The chrome on the ring looks good. The paint on the dash looks good. All the upholstery on the seats look period correct and great. Rear window trim looks good. Headliner looks great. All the stainless and chrome work on the interior here all looks good. And look at those gauges. Look at the lenses on the gauges, the background on the gauges. Everything's nice and bright. Looks like it's got an aftermarket radio on it. Beautiful 57 Chev here. All right, now that you've had a quick look at the car, if you want to go straight to our website and check out about 180 other cars, hit the top button. If you'd like to watch an About Us video, hit the middle button. If you'd like to subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the bottom button. Now let's get back out there and check out that car. All right, let's take the 57 Chevy for a ride. This is one sweet Chevy right here, 57, probably one of the most popular cars on the planet. Everybody knows what this car is when it goes down the road. This car looks almost perfectly stock. Now down here on the dash, you see the speedo's working, temperature gauge, the gas gauge. It's got an aftermarket radio in it. That's about the only thing it's not stock about this. Horn's working. She's driving awesome. The hood is so cool on these. The brakes feel good. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we go through the cars when they come in. We make sure you got good working lights. We take a look at the brakes on every car. Look at that, she's driving nice and straight with no hands on the wheel. Now Tom answers his phone 7 days a week and practically 24 hours a day. So if you want to talk to him about shipping this dream out to your driveway, please give him a call at 248-974-9513. He can tell you just how easy it is to ship this car anywhere in the world. Now our shop's right outside the Motor City, so if you'd like to come check this car out, we invite you to come on out and take a look. We sell about 90% of our cars sight unseen, but we love to have visitors, so come on out. If you'd like to send out an inspector, send them on out. We'd love to see them. Just let us know we're coming. Straight away here. She's got an awesome exhaust system on her. She's nice and quiet, but it's got a little bit of a rumble, so you know about the power under the hood. Like I said, the brakes are stopping us nice and straight. Now, if you see something on the car that you'd like to have maybe just a little bit different, like that would be my perfect car if only it had this or that, make sure you say something to Tom about it. We might be able to do it for you. Well, here's our shop right here at 15100 Keel Street in Plymouth, Michigan. So you gotta stick around because we're gonna put this car up on the lift so you can see the underside. Then we'll take a look at the motor under the hood also.
All right, guys, we're underneath our 1957 Chevy Survivor right now. As you can see here, you can get like an upshot of the chrome on the bumper. It's in really good shape. Looks like the back of it is in beautiful shape as well. It's probably been replaced. It's pretty hard for me to believe that this thing is actually in this good a shape and still original, although it is a possibility. Frame, absolutely beautiful on the car. It doesn't look like there's any real rot holes or anything like that on it. And you can stick your finger in all of like the drainage holes on it, and it doesn't feel like there's a bunch of pitting and a bunch of things I would be concerned about in it. Gas tank looks like it's been taken down and refurbished, but it is not new. I can just tell by the looks of it, it's not new, but nothing wrong with it. Exhaust on the thing, looking solid all the way forward on it. It does have air shocks on this thing. On the side of the air shock too, you can see our leaf springs. They look to be original, but they are in really good shape. The bushings in the shackles look like they're in good shape. Gas tank filler neck is up in there. Let's see here. Fender wells look like they're in really good shape on the car. You can get a light on them. Yeah, there's nothing really to speak of as far as rust or anything like that goes. Like I said, we got air shocks here, and what the air shocks are attached to, this is the original, probably the original rear end for the car. I can tell that by the date code on it. It's, I think, very late 1956, so that would put it right in the perfect era for this car. And it actually matches up very, very closely to the iron of the transmission and the engine, which altogether makes me believe that this is the whole drivetrain of this car is original to this car. Moving forward from that, you can see that the floor pans are in really, really good shape, and it doesn't look like they've ever been patched even. I mean, there's no seam here that I can see. And it's just really, really nice. This car, well, it's why I said it's a Survivor. I mean, it's you know, there's no real metal work that you can really see on this thing, and if metal work was done, they did such a good job you can't even tell. Forward here, this is a Powerglide 2-speed automatic transmission. This is the iron case, which is good, and like I said, this is a late, I think it's actually December is actually when this transmission was cast, which puts it right in the realm of possibility for a 1957 car. Moving forward, we've got the bell housing for the thing, and here's our 283 small block Chevy engine. We're going to get to that in just a second. Power steering on this thing. Doesn't really look like it's leaking all that bad, or even at all at that point, really. Front suspension looks like it was taken apart and redone of recently, and I can tell because the definition of everything on here, it's not like everything was spray bombed one color. Everything is in really good shape, and all the boots, all the bushings, all of it looks like it's all there and done right and nice. Flex lines on the drum brakes are in really good shape, and at Vanguard we always take all of our drum brakes apart. It's front drum, rear drum on this car. We always take the brakes apart and check them, make sure the wheel cylinders aren't leaking, make sure your shoes got good life, you know, your drums aren't all scored up and things like that. And also you see people put them together backwards a lot, and you don't have to worry about that with us. We brake experts here. We always take them apart and make sure that everything is right. The skid plate here on the bottom doesn't look like it's ever been jacked on or anything of that nature. Doesn't look like it's ever hit anything, but in really good shape here. And if you stick your finger up in here, there's no pitting or anything like that going on. It's a very, very solid car as far as the structure of the frame goes. Bushings in the front end look like they're good as far as your lower control arm bushings as well. All this here looks like it's tight and right on the car, no rust holes or anything like that, and that's very common right here on these where leaves and things like that, people that didn't care would get, you know, down in here and it'd start rotting things out, as the leaves tend to do to cars. Shocks in the front look like they're in good shape, no leaks with those. Springs look like they're in good shape. I already mentioned the soft hoses. Tires look like they're in good shape as far as alignment goes. They got quite a bit of life on them, as with the rears as well. U-joint, here you can see the drive shaft on the car. It does look like the parking brake is hooked up as well from here. U-joints, we always check those on our cars, and everything's tight and right with this thing. At this point, let's check out wheels and tires and take a look at the 283. All right, guys, for front tires and wheels on this thing, we've got American Racing, 5-spoke mags on the thing, very, very fitting for these old muscle cars. Cooper Cobra radial GT tires on this thing, a far cry from the original bias ply tires, makes it ride far better than they did factory. The size on this thing, it is a 15-inch rim if I'm not mistaken, but the size of the tire is 215/70 R15s, and they're the same as the rear. We'll go check those out now. Same good looking wheel and tire back here. Like I said, they are radials, 215/70 R15s, and same good looking wheel here. At this point, I would like to mention that this thing, I can see it from here, does have brand new wheel cylinders on the thing. As I had mentioned, we go through the brakes on all of our cars, but I figured I would just point that out in this section of the video, that we do have brand new wheel cylinders on this thing. And something else I realized that I didn't point out in the undercarriage section of the video is the rear end ratio in this car is roughly a 363:1, and it is an open differential as these cars were from the factory. So let's take a look at the 283 under the hood. All right, guys, here it is, 283 1957 specific engine, and the suffix code actually places this engine to be correct for a Powerglide transmission, as this thing does have. On top of the stock intake manifold, we do have a Rochester 4-jet carburetor on the thing. All the fuel lines look like they're in good shape. Of course, you know, that's not to be surprising considering the rest of the shape of the car. Has stock style manifolds on it. Heat riser choke. We do have a vacuum operated stock style distributor in the thing. Outside of that, all of the rubber looks like it's in good shape. We do have a generator on this car, which is right for it. And I love this here, is the generator and the power steering pump are all on one input shaft on this thing. So just this one belt runs both of them. It's very, very cool. You don't see that often, and I believe it to be specific to this era of car. Very cool, and the lines look like they're in good shape. It looks like they were just recently replaced. Master cylinder is the stock single well style of master cylinder, which worked fine for 50 some odd years, and it's going to continue to work fine. Battery looks like it was just recently replaced. It does have a hold down. It's doing its job. As far as paint goes, you can see that the paint in this engine bay is in really good shape. Nothing wrong with it. See that we got good paint here, and they even have the little flaps that actually cover like your control arms on this thing. So they went to that degree to even keep those on this car. This car was very, very well kept, very, very original, very, very period correct. And as period correct goes, like I said, it does have the 57 correct 283 in this car. Outside of that, we do have a little bit of a modern upgrade here. You can see that we do have modern style horns on the car, and we do have this extra cooling fan here, just in case you ever get stuck in traffic with these old things. You know, a little bit of extra assurance, never hurt anybody. Outside of that, we got the stock style hose clamps on everything, very period correct for the car. V-belt looks like it's in good shape. A non-clutch style fan on the thing. see here, looking down low in the thing, you can see that like the cradle for the engine's in good shape, the bushings for the engine mount are in good shape. We do got some shims on the front end. They look like they were a fairly recent addition, so that means it was aligned of recently, and you can tell that by looking at the tires on the thing. I suppose that's just about it on this thing. It's just a really, really nice little time capsule. So if you'd like to have this 57 Bel Air parked in your driveway, make sure to call Tom with the number below and let Vanguard Motor Sales park your dream in your driveway.
All right, we've made it really easy for you. Click on any one of these 5 pictures here and it'll take you right to whatever you're interested in. We're gonna give you about 30 seconds here to click these pictures. If you need more time, just go back in the video and click that picture.